Hi, I'm Matt Fernandez. I'm from a small village in Derbyshire, just on the southern side of the Peak District. I've been an arborist now for 3 years, and I've recently moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, to further my career in arboriculture. I've been lucky enough to meet Daniel Holliday from climbingarborist.com, and together we're going to work on a small project following my progress in climbing whilst I'm here in Canada through the summer to a competition in September.
Boom! Nailed it! Hi, my name's Dan Holliday from climbingarborist.com. I've been living in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada for the last 3 years now. This is where I first started competition climbing. There's a really good competition scene here in the Pacific Northwest. Really tight community of guys and girls. We have 3 competitions over here. Generally the British Columbia Regional, Portland Regional, and then the Pacific Northwest chapter competition, all ISA competitions. I've been lucky enough to work with MAT FERNANDEZ recently over the past 3 months, and he's shown a real interest in wanting to get into the competition scene. So we both came up with the idea that from now, which is 1st of June, we are going to keep a video diary of his progress all the way through until September, which is the first competition, which will be the BC Regional, and then on from that the Pacific Northwest chapter competition. So we're going to set up some mock prelim events, and then Matt's going to sort of do a run through, and hopefully from then I can give him a few tips on techniques and just sort of little hints and tips on things to do in competition, just to make things smoother, and hopefully so things don't go wrong. So yeah, we'll capture his progress and hopefully it should make for some entertaining viewing. Okay, so we've just finished setting up the first work climb that we're gonna do as a mock work climb. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually jump up first and do a run through for Matt, so you can see where the stations are, you can see the routes I take, and I suppose just see how I do the climb, and then Matt's going to go for his first climb. I haven't really run through any of the rules with him yet, because that's sort of going to be part of the progression of competition climbing. So Matt has never done an ISA competition, and this year, only last month, was the first ever competition he's competed in, which was like a grassroots type competition. It was the Bainbridge Island annual Masters. So we got Matt involved in that, and he had a wicked time, did really well. So he knows sort of some of the rules and like the stand clear, all clear, those sorts of things. Hopefully this first climb is going to highlight things that he doesn't know, and some of the technicalities that you could probably get deducted points for and things like that. So yeah, let's get going, Matty boy.
Let's go.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited, yeah. Really prepped to learn some new stuff and see my progression through the summer, so let's rock on.
Nice, let's do it. Okay, Matt, are you ready for your run through? So you've got to be lanyarded in to start with, okay? And then, so you touch this to start, the pink tape. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Clip!
Do you want to tell me how I'm doing on that thumb on that?
Sure.
Stand clear.
Clear! Yeah, you're doing fine. Grip! She's in! Flip! Stand clear!
Nowhere near.
Okay, I'll time it as well. 3, 2, 1.
Remember your warnings, Matt. Whoa, Matty boy, stay light. Oh, you're nearly touching, stay light.
Really?
Yeah. That's better, that's way better. Just keep pulling it up as you go. Whoa. That's it.
Clear!
Clear. Easy. Easy. Got about 6 inches. Nice. Got to throw those sticks, Matt. Yeah. 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 Clear. Nice. All clear. All clear. No, no, the next one down. You've got to touch that pink tape with your hand. You got to shout clear.
Clear.
All clear. Nice one. Nice landing, Matty boy.
Thank you.
How do you find that?
Brilliant. Really tiring.
Yeah.
Completely different aspect to climbing under pressure. But yeah, it puts you in a good routine for, well, it's called a work climb for one reason, and it helps you when you're out in the field doing jobs. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that was a good climb, especially for the first go on this one, because actually when I just did it before you there, I realised it was actually a bit tougher than when I was setting it up. I didn't think it was going to be as tough, so yeah, you did really well. So there's a fair few things we can talk about to smoothen things up a bit, but for a first go, Matty, that was good.
Thanks.
So with the plumb bob, so if it touches, so if you're in the work climb and you get out there, and if it does touch, you don't get any points for like the plumb bob like not touching, but you still get points for finishing the station.
Okay.
So if it touches, don't worry about then trying to stay as late as you can. Just get out and do the station,
right,
and get back in. Like, because once you've been touched, it doesn't matter anyway. So that some things just to speed it up a little bit, like. So obviously there's a time factor. You've got to do the climb within the 5-minute time limit, but it's more about technique and being smooth and like your approach to each station and stuff. So try not to think like you don't have to go like balls out and like you don't have to. It doesn't have to be really fast. Right. Like you can still score like really high points without being super quick. Like, as long as you're really smooth and you hit all the stations and you hit the limb toss and all that sort of stuff, then
sure.
Like, so if you're smooth, then speed will just come from moving around smoothly. But a couple of areas where you can speed things up quite, like in the first place, is when you're like lanyarded in. Mm-hmm. When you're about to lanyard in, call you stand clear. So like go to lanyard in and say stand clear, and as you're lanyarded in, then the ground people will call it's good to go. Yeah. So as soon as you pull your saw, you can hit the bell. You don't have to then.
I don't have to be lanyarded in.
You then don't pull your saw out and go stand clear, and then you have to wait another 2 seconds for them to call clear, and then you like hit the bell. So as you're about to put your lanyard on, say stand clear, clip your lanyard on, they go all clear, and then pull your saw out, click, and then make sure you clip your lanyard back on again. Okay. So if you don't attach your lanyard back to yourself and it's swinging around, then you'll get deducted points for that. But you did that anyway, so that's good. So with the limb toss, to speed things up a little bit as well, when you go to like grab both of the branches and then throw one, and if it looks like it's going to miss, like straight away, just throw the other one. Okay. Like you don't have to throw, wait till it goes in. If it doesn't go in, pick the other one out. So that's right. Like pick both out. So pick both out, throw one, and then if it goes in, then pull the one back. But if it looks like it's going to miss, then throw the other one.
I think also one thing you were saying by lanyarding in, I lanyard in, but then I have to go back around to my right hand side to pick my saw. Yeah. So maybe I should switch my saw side. So I'm lanyarded in and my hand's here, I can already grab my saw.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to keep it the same as you would at work, because then you're used to grabbing your lanyard at the same side and your handsaw or whatever, but it does make it a smoother transition if you have your lanyard one side, and then as you put it on, your handsaw's there ready to go. So then you put your handsaw out, back in, grab your lanyard, take it off, put it back on. So it's all like one smooth motion. Okay. Obviously the type of rope that you use with the type of friction cord you use, you obviously want to try and marry up a really nice configuration where the hitch cord, the type of hitch that you're tying, works really well with the rope, because you need it to bite, obviously, when you put your weight in it, but you don't want it. One, you don't want it to really bind up too tightly, because then to tend your slack is going to be really hard work. Say if you're walking back in from a limb, you're going to be really struggling to pull it through, and you want it to be a nice fluid motion and be able to like flick your rope out. And also, especially coming in like to the landing station, you want your hitch to be running really nice and smooth and not. There doesn't want to be too much friction there, because then you're never going to be able to release your hitch enough to make the landing station. So we can try some different hitch cords and try and get a really nice system working together for that. Another thing is if you've got to ascend, say if you come down to a couple of stations and then you've got to go back up, it's always good to be wearing a panton, just because then, say if you're climbing on like a hitch climber system, in the competition you can only pull a couple of times and then you have to feed your slack through. You can't have too much slack in your system. So if you're wearing a panton, you can basically keep pulling and use your panton to feed the slack through.
Sure.
So there's no downtime of you stopping, pulling, like tending the slack. You can just keep your leg tending the slack the whole time. Okay. Even if you don't think you're going to have to ascend at any point, it's always good to have the panton on, because it doesn't get in the way, and who knows if you're going to need it at some point. That's about all I've got at the moment.
Yeah, that's about what we've got. Tune in next.
Okay, Matt, whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, keep it nice and smooth, Matt. Clip. So keep it nice and light. Keep your weight in your rope. So and start pulling the limb up as you go as well. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Yeah, clear. Nice. Got loads of room. Just keep pulling the limb up as you go back in if you can. Yeah, that's it. Keep your weight in your rope. Whoa, nearly. That's it. Clear. Oh, nailed it. Clear. All clear. Yeah, all clear. Oh, 1 foot in. Nice work. So that was way quicker than the last time.
Brilliant.
So
It felt a lot smoother.
yeah, it was definitely smoother. I mean, there's definitely still some areas where you could, like, you can really tighten up the time as well. But yeah, you nailed that limb toss first go, which was good.
Sure,
and you hit
1 foot in.
Yeah, 1 foot in the landing. Got the limb walk, like you didn't touch on that, so that was awesome. And yeah, you got all the stations. So yeah, 5.5 minutes. You're only like 30 seconds to get it under the time, and
Perfect.
that's good. Awesome, good job, Matty.